Hey you guys, so it is Monday, October 7th after work, and I am starting another weekly reading vlog. But yes, so I just got back from the grocery store and I thought I would do a little haul, like for sillies and fun. So we got some gluten-free English muffins, and we got some onions. We got some red potatoes for a pot roast that we're hopefully gonna make this week. We got some gluten-free crackers. I've never had these before, so hopefully they're good, but I'm not sure. So we got these because we are hopefully going to make a chili this week. So that's also why we got the onion. And Ethan has celiac, so we pretty much eat gluten-free in this house. I got a bunch of things of black beans, again, for my chili. Kidney beans for my chili, beef broth for pot roast. I'm not making the pot roast, that's a him meal, so that's what he requested. I think it'll be so good though. And then I also got diced tomatoes for my chili. And then everything else is produce, so we got like celery for the chili, a lime for the chili, which I don't think I've ever made chili with lime. So I'm really curious just to see like how that tastes, but I think it'll be really, really good. I'm really excited that it's finally getting a little crisper out. Like I think all week it's supposed to be less than 70 out besides this weekend. It's supposed to go back to like mid 70s, which is pretty hot. But this week, while it's a little crisp, I'm like, oh my God, we get to make all the warm, cozy meals. I'm so excited. Let me go ahead and tell you about the books that I'm reading. So I'm still in the gut book that I was telling you about in my last vlog. I don't really have anything else to say about it, to be quite honest with you. It's same. I'm liking it, not loving it. And then I'm also still in Wild Love by Elsie Silver. I'm 83% through. Let me give you like just a quick update on that, because I feel like in the last vlog I was still really pretty much towards the beginning, and I'm liking it, I really am. But some of the like just background noise to their romance, I just don't care. And I will go ahead and preface this by saying I'm usually not into the like uber rich men falling in love with a girl and just like giving her everything she wants and desires. Like in all reality, like that would be so fun and great if like, you know, everyone just happened to be in love with a billionaire that like loved them back, you know. I just like don't care. I think what interests me more about their relationship is their friendship growing up, because Ford, which is our hero, his best friend is Rosie, who's our heroine. It's her older brother, or little brother? Older brother, I think. And so they have some like just like ties, and then they like lost contact for 10 years. You know, I love it. And I love the reminiscing. I love the fact that they're both back in this like, it's not necessarily Ford's hometown, but they would go to this town every summer and like hang out and whatever. So they became really close. So like I love all of that kind of thing. I could honestly do without the whole I'm a sperm donor and this 12-year-old girl really needs my help now, and so I'm gonna like play dad for so many months. Like that whole thing is just really bizarre to me and like just strange. And not that I even need my romances to be super realistic, but it's just like weird. Like it's not even that it's unrealistic, it's just strange. Like it's just not, I don't need that. And I really like that they work together. That's been fun to read. But another thing that I think is just, again, like not for me, is that there's a story that they tell. So this might be spoilers, but there's a story that they tell in the middle of the book that like she used to keep this diary in high school, and she got mad one night and like threw it out of his car, and he went back or something and like picked up the diary and like has been wearing the key on his necklace for the last 10 years. And I'm like, that is fucking weird and creepy and just like, again, like not realistic and just like nuts. If I didn't talk to a boy for 10 years and then we reconnect somehow and I find out he's been like that, I don't want to say obsessed with me, but like to the point where he's like wearing my old high school diary like lock and key or whatever like on his neck, like that's too much, you know. And I love the like, oh my God, I've been thinking about this person for so long. Like I love romances like that. Like it's not even that that's the issue, it's the like weird like I don't know, there's just something about the whole diary thing, and now they're like basically going through her diary as like adults, and oh my god, I must have really liked him more than I realized. Like that whole thing, I just like don't care. I don't care. But I love their tension, and they're so sassy towards each other, and like I love that. So I don't know, I think right now it's sitting like a 3-star, or like a little above a 3-star. Just some of the elements aren't necessarily my cup of tea, but I feel like I knew that going into it, especially the whole like rich man trope, and then the child. I'm pretty sure I heard somebody talking about this book and I knew that going into it, so it's my own fault, but I am really liking it. And then I'm about 50% through with Everyone Knows Your Mother's a Witch by Rivka Galkin. But this is a historical fiction book. It's set in 1618 in Germany, and it's set in this like little tiny town where all of these people are like coming out saying that this specific lady is a witch, and some of the people truly believe she's a witch. Some people, you find out, end up just accusing her of being a witch because they have all these other issues with her, and so they're like trying to like get her in trouble because they like don't like her. And then other people are out there being like, no, I really like her, I like our family, I think she's been so helpful to our community, we love her. And then whoever is like interviewing them though is really trying to convince them like, no, like didn't your kids get sick when she was like at your house, and like didn't your husband like fall and like break his hip when she like came over to borrow milk one day, like that kind of thing. And so it's just fun to read the little small town like kind of like gossipy type stuff. I think right now it's sitting at probably like a 3-star. Like I don't really have tons of feelings either way towards it being like good or bad. It just like is, and it is like pretty good. It's just not like, I don't think this will be a book that like sticks with me, but I am liking it. So yeah, I'm gonna go finish up some things, and I'll update you guys all probably later tonight. Stay. Right. Good boy. You like celery? It's a treat. You can eat it. Hey you guys, so it is now Tuesday after work, and I'm just popping on to give you guys a bit of a reading update because last night I read so much. I feel like I just could not fall asleep for whatever reason, and then I also read a little bit before work this morning. So in all that reading time, I finished Wild Love. I feel like it kind of ended the way I thought it was going to. I ended up giving it a 3-star on Goodreads, a 3.25 star on Storygraph, okay? So the whole rich man trope, like I said yesterday, not my fave. Still wasn't my fave at the end. They didn't change my mind on that. I loved that they sort of grew up together, knowing each other, being pretty close, growing apart, and now they're coming back together. Love it. I don't like, though, the whole wearing the necklace. Just like so cringy. And like there were some other things in this book that I'm going to tell you about that I also was just like, are you so serious? I feel like I couldn't even give it like a 4 or 5 star, which made me so sad because I would say out of like a lot of the romance books I've read, which I know like isn't really that much compared to like some people on the internet, so maybe I like don't have a good like grasp on it, or a good enough like variety, haven't read enough variety of like romance books to like fully like know what it could be like. But I loved their tension. I love their banter, their back and forth. Like I love that in a romance. I just feel like for me that's like what makes the romance feel so real. It's like the back and forth and being sassy, but like in a silly way, in a funny way. Like I just feel like that's very something I can relate to. So it really made me sad to only want to give this the book like a 3-star basically. Like I don't know. And I kept going back and forth. I'm like, maybe I'll give it higher. But they were just certain things I just could not get past. Like, okay, so for example, I thought I highlighted it, but I did not. I just really remember this conversation they were having towards the end when they were like making up and like whatever. So she basically was like whining and crying to him about how great it feels that he loves her even when she's sassy and annoying and wearing her socks with her sandals. And this was like supposed to be kind of like a serious moment. Like I said, they were like making up and like it wasn't funny. Like maybe if she said something funny, I would have laughed. But it just felt like she was like being uncomfortably like weird and serious about saying that. And I was like, girly, you have just been in a like 2 to 3 year long relationship before this. And you still feel like you need that much validation from your partner. I don't know. I just like, aren't we like past the point like at a certain age of like needing your partner to like just needing anyone to like make it feel okay to like wear certain things or like do certain things? Like I understand that a little bit in life, and I feel like that kind of like confidence goes in waves of like, oh, I feel good, I don't feel good, whatever. Like I don't know. And I know these are like fictional characters and everything, but I was just like, are you kidding me? Like, are you kidding me? Because like she was confident enough to like break up with her boyfriend and like move away and like be super flirty with this guy, and you're telling me that girl is saying that about the socks and the sandals? Like, no, she was not. Certain things like that I just didn't like, because I really feel like it just really harped on the like savior complex of it all. Like I really feel like I don't like when our heroine seems like small or unable in some way. So I finished that, and then I picked up an arc that I've had for quite some time. I think the book's already out, but it's called The Anthropologist. I am 20% through. I did not realize how short of a book that is. I am liking it. It's told in little like sections or little vignettes, and we're following this couple who are both from immigrant families. They move, and I think it's just like small little blips of like what it's like to be immigrants and be with somebody who understands what it's like to like be with you. I think one of the people in the relationship is in school, and they're trying to work on this project where they go to the same park every day and they like take a video, and I think they're just really interested in like the day-to-day life of being a person. That's like the simple what I can give you right now after only reading 20%. And then in Everyone Knows Your Mother is a Witch, I am now over 50% through and still really liking it. Loving the just town gossip about this woman. It's really sad to see though, like no matter what she says or other people say, if like the higher powers being like the government want her to go down, like she will be going down. Like they will guarantee that she will be going down. You know what I mean? And I think that is just so true in life. It's just like people with power and money, like they will get what they want most of the time, whether they're right or wrong, which I don't think that's like a new concept or a new idea or anything, but I do think that this book is exploring that. So yeah, I'm really enjoying this. I really do hope though that I finish this and The Anthropologist this week. But I think tonight we are going to go swimming with Trout. I think we're going to do more like creek walking, park walking, and he gets to swim because it's a little chilly out, which I'm happy about. But I will not be swimming in this weather. Hopefully I'll show you guys a bit of that tonight, and I'll talk to you later.
Good boy, good boy, good boy.
make the bed when you're just laying on it. Mommy make the bed first. Just for a second. Trout. Down. Down. I know, just for a second. Come on, Trout. Good boy, good boy, good boy. It'll take 2 seconds. Hey you guys, so it is my lunch break and I'm thinking about going to the library really quick to pick up my library haul. It's called So Thirsty by Rachel Harrison and I think it's like a vampire book. I don't know, it sounded like fun, especially for Halloween season. And when I was looking at my TBR, I have some like darker books, but not necessarily like spooky books. It just sounds so fun and I've heard a few people talk about it. Let me give you a quick reading update as well. So when everyone knows your mother is a witch, I'm now over 60% through, still really liking it. I don't have much to say about it. I do hope to finish it in the next day or two. I feel like I've been kind of going through it fast, so I might finish it today after work, but I'm not sure. Okay, and then in The Anthropologist, I'm now 32% in. I'm not honestly enjoying myself that much. Like, it's pretty writing, but I just like don't care. Like, I just don't find myself like necessarily wanting to pick it up. I'm just a little over it, so I'm happy it's a short book. It's moving pretty quick. I'm ready to be done with it. And then in Gut Check, I'm 36% done. I got to read a little bit in it before work this morning. I finally got to the part though about mental health, and I feel like it's definitely getting more interesting in that sense. But then they like ended that section with how a leaky gut can affect like Alzheimer's and Parkinson's, which like is a little interesting. I just don't have as much of a like personal connection to those things, so I don't know. I kind of wish that maybe they were in their own sections. And then the next chapter is called Leaky Gut Equals Leaky Hormones, which again I think will be super interesting. I have been taking notes and I've been highlighting a lot in there just so I can actually like, I don't know, like gain something from like reading this informational book. So it does seem like most of their advice so far, which I'm hoping at the end maybe we'll wrap up with more of like an advice section, but who knows, is to exercise a lot. So I feel like that's not a surprise to anyone that exercising helps with your health. I don't think that's shocking information. And then take probiotics. It also seems like eating fermented foods would be a really good idea as well. So I don't know if that's maybe something that you could like eat a lot of and then not take a probiotic, because I think getting your nutrients like naturally is probably best. But I mean, I'm not a doctor, so I don't really know. But yeah, I have been highlighting a ton though, and like I said, I've been taking notes. So hopefully when I'm towards the end of the book, I can maybe give you guys a bit more in-depth of a wrap-up. But it does seem like something that you should probably read on your own if you are interested in just the way your gut affects your health in general. So I think I'm going to go ahead, head to the library really quick, come home, heat up some of my leftover chili that I made the other night, and get back to work. Good boy.
For you, and you know what's beautiful about what you want. And
Hey you guys, so it is now Thursday evening. I just finished making dinner. I am so freaking tired because yesterday after work, I pretty much cleaned all evening. I went through this big closet we have upstairs and I took everything out and sorted through it, hung all my sweaters or most of my sweaters up. I reorganized my shoes, a lot of Ethan's stuff that he put in there once he moved in that we didn't necessarily really like go through yet. A lot of old clothes he doesn't really wear anymore. And I made a donation pile and I have bags and bags and bags of clothes and shoes, and I haven't even gone through our bedding yet. And I feel like we just have so much bedding because when I moved out, my parents sent me with bedding that wasn't even mine that they didn't want anymore. And then Ethan's been moved. Oh my god, I almost just cut myself with that knife. So anyway, I'm just so exhausted. Like, I did that literally all evening last evening. And then I did my nails. Don't look too closely because they don't look the best, but I did do them, which makes me happy. But yeah, that's all I did last night was clean, and then I did my nails right before bed. And so I really want to relax tonight. I have read a little bit this evening in Everyone Knows Your Mother's a Witch. I would love to finish that tonight. I just don't know if I have like the mental brain power to want to sit down and read a book. So we'll see. Part of me wants to watch YouTube, and I have 2 projects. I don't think I'll start them both tonight, but I definitely want to start them soon. So this one is literally just a plain binder that my mom got for me with little tabs. But what I'm gonna do with this, I think, is make it into a recipe binder. So I have tried so many recipes that I like, and I get a lot of my recipes on different like blogs. I find some on Pinterest. I have used recipe books in the past, but I don't really have any that I love. I would love to put them on this binder. And then another little project I would love to start is make a TBR jar. I don't know if I would get much use out of it this year because I am full to the brim on TBR challenges. I have my 2024 challenge. I have my Reading 50 States challenge. I guess that's all, but that feels like a lot for it already being like mid-October and me not being done with either of those. But I've seen so many people on the internet make a little jar or a little container full of little prompts of like book that matches your outfit, or like books with orange on the cover, books with an animal on a cover, and then you have to like go through your physical TBR and like pick that way. And I think that would be such a fun way to get to books that I definitely want to read at one point, but then other books kind of like surpass that in my excitement level to get to. But this just sounds like such a fun idea to make and use and get through some of the books that I own. So those might be on the docket for tonight, but I definitely need to go through my bedding, which I don't think will take too long. But I need to go through that tonight, and then I really just want to like hang out and relax, whatever that means. Whether that's working on one of these projects, reading, I don't know, but I just want to like relax and kind of just turn my little brain off for a second. That would be really nice. So yeah, if I start any of these projects, I'll definitely show you, and I'll talk to you guys all later. It is now Saturday, October 12th. I went to a yoga class in this cute little bookstore this morning with one of my best friends, and it was so much fun. It was so nice. I hadn't done just a traditional not hot yoga class in so long, so it just felt so good, and it was so cozy because it was a small class and they give you a little like neck massage after, and it was just so sweet and so nice. And she gave us these little like pink quartz hearts for like good luck, and I don't know, it's just so sweet. And now I'm gonna give you guys a reading update before I do anything else. So, haven't read any more in The Anthropologist, but I think that's what I'm gonna read a little bit now because I would love to finish that this weekend. I'm just so over it, to be quite honest. Like, it's pretty writing, but like I don't care, and I'm just over it. Like, it's just not for me, you know? And then last night I actually read a lot in Gut Check. I'm now like 46% through. I'm really liking it. So I just read a section on hormones. And then I want to say this next section is something about like eating with the seasons, I believe. No, but I feel like the further I get into the gut book, I feel like the more interested in it I am. Like, I just read a section on like phthalates and parabens, and I know everyone always talks about how you shouldn't be eating them, and microplastics are bad and plastic's bad and all this stuff, but I feel like the way that they're explaining it in this book, I feel like it's making me take it a bit more seriously. So we'll see if we actually do any diet changes or lifestyle changes after I finish this book. We'll see. I just feel like I need to read a bit more on like how serious some of the things are, and like, I don't know. It's just like a lot at once, I guess, to not know for sure, like, not necessarily what to believe, but I guess how serious to take everything. And then yesterday after work, I started So Thirsty by Rachel Harrison, and I'm 14% through that one. I feel like I am going to fly through that one. Like, it is so fun. And you can just tell it's gonna be a little different of a premise than I feel like I've ever read before. So basically our main character knows that her husband has cheated on her multiple times. She thinks it's happening again. So like, he's been caught, like he knows, she knows that he has and all that. And for her birthday that year, he plans her and her best friend to go on this getaway, and her best friend is like the girlfriend of like a rock star. So she's just a bit more of like a free spirit. So he's like, go have fun with her, like it'll be the best time. And she's just, you know, just a little bit more like reserved, and I think just like unsure of like exactly what that means. Like, you can tell she is like wanting more in her life and like desiring more in her life, but she hasn't fully, I feel like, accepted it and like decided that it's okay to like want more. And so she keeps trying to convince herself that she's okay with the small things and no, which I think in all reality most people should probably get to that point, but also like, not if your husband's cheating on you, and like not if you're so unhappy at home. Like, do you know what I mean? I think it's one thing to be okay with the small things if that's what's making you happy, but like, I feel like she's miserable and just afraid to like make a change. So she goes on this trip, and she, on her actual birthday, like catches her husband inviting this woman over while she's gone. And I just got to like that point. So then they wake up the next morning, and you can tell, I think she's like about to like make a change or like go be a little nuts. And I just like can't wait. And I can't wait to see like how the vampires are like involved in this book, because nothing has been said about vampires like at all, but I've heard a lot about vampires when people talk about this book. So I'm just so excited. I think it'll be like such a fun just like October read. So yeah, I'm gonna get to reading, hopefully get through a big chunk of The Anthropologist, and I'll see you guys all later today. Hey you guys, so we're back from fishing. It was such a beautiful morning. I am actually popping on to show you some book mail. So I had a publisher, I think it was Astra House, so they reached out to me asking if I wanted this particular book, and they reached out to my Instagram account, which I was just so excited about, because I've had so much fun just on my Bookstagram, like in general. Like, it's such a fun way to like be online and be on the internet, like so much more fun compared to when I just had my own like personal Instagram. Like, I don't even have that anymore. I'm pretty sure I could like reactivate it if I wanted it, but like following people who are interested in what you're interested in, and then obviously a few people who I know like personally, whatever, but like most of it just being like book people and reading people, and people who I just like love their clothes or their style or their homes, like stuff like that is just so much more fun, which I guess I could have always turned my personal account into a book account, but I just know I would like overthink it. Like, I wanted it to be separate, not necessarily a secret, just something that like, if you're interested in that part of like my life and what I'm into, then like great, follow me. But also like, I just didn't want to like make all these people who follow my personal account like follow this book account. I don't know, I just thought a lot into it, and so I was like, I'll just make a new one and whatever. But yeah, I just feel like I've put so much like time into this Bookstagram account, which sounds so silly because it's not like I take like the most creative pictures or anything, but I have so much fun like writing my reviews up and posting all my pictures and thinking of pictures I want to post, and like I love interacting with people in there. Like, it's just such a fun time. So to get like recognized by a publisher on my Bookstagram was just so exciting for me. And I have seen this book around, but I also couldn't tell you exactly what it is. But it's called Mood Swings by Frankie Barnett. It says, in a pre-apocalyptic world not unlike our own, a young Instagram poet starts an affair with a California billionaire who's promised a time machine that will make everything normal again, whatever that means. So I'm so excited. So it looks like this book came out at the end of May. So I'm not exactly sure how they decide, like, especially when a book is like already out, like why they are still sending out ARCs. I guess if you have them, you might as well send them, but I'm not sure if that means they just like want some more reviews online. But this is so cute and so fun. Like, look how cute that cover is. So yes, hopefully I get to this one like sooner rather than later. So at least by the end of the year, that would be a lot of fun to get to this and review it. But anyway, so I came home, I made us lunch. It was so good. I was starving. And I was reading in So Thirsty, which I'm about to go back downstairs and read some more in. And I think I'm starting to get to the vampire-y part. They were invited to this party, but like I'm very confused because everybody's like being a little like, I'm gonna say like seductive. I don't know. Everyone's being a little. And of course, like I said earlier, our main character is very reserved, so she's like kind of freaking out and like runs to the bathroom with a friend, and that's where I ended it. So we'll see what the heck happens there. But tonight, if I don't update you before, I'm gonna update you now. I am going to dinner for my best friend Emily's birthday. She turns 27. How exciting. I think we're going to dinner with a couple of her other friends and then maybe out for like a drink or two after. But I'm hoping not to be out late, but I guess we'll see where the night takes us. You never know with me. But yeah, hopefully I'll show you like my outfit and stuff before I leave, but we'll see. Okay. Hey you guys, so I am about to leave for dinner. I'm giving Trout some dinner right now. I just said I'm about to go to the bathroom. And I want to show you my little outfit. So we're going for like all black tonight. It's a little hot out, which I'm really sad about. I can't lie, but I do get to wear a skirt, which is so fun. And it's just like a girly night out. So I've got my big long boots on, my little black mini, and my little black leather. Then I have my cute little black bag that I think's in the other room, but I think it's gonna be so much fun. So excited. I feel like I'm more excited now that I'm like ready to go. I feel like that's how I always am though. I kind of like dread certain like social gatherings, but then like once I start doing my makeup and hair and stuff, I'm like, oh, this will actually be like a little fun. A little chit chat, a little laugh, a little dance. I really want to go dancing. I think that sounds really fun. But anyway, I'm So Thirsty, dude. I'm now over 100 pages. She has met the vampire, she's kissed the vampire, she knows he's like 590 years old or whatever, but she doesn't know he's a vampire, and she thinks that they like locked the owner of this house that they're having this whole like party at in the basement. And so I just got to the point where like somebody burst through the door and she now thinks it's the owner and she's trying to escape. And then the chapter ended and I had to go get ready. So hopefully I get to read more of that. Probably not before bed, I cannot lie to you. But hopefully tomorrow at some point. So I have to leave. I'll update you guys all probably tomorrow. Have a great night. It is now Sunday afternoon. I'm getting ready to go horseback riding. I have not ridden a horse in years and years, and I cannot freaking wait. So I used to take lessons when I was in like middle school. It just sounds like such a fun fall afternoon. The weather's perfect, not too cold, not too hot, and she's bringing a bag of apples. Like, she's hoping that we're gonna get to feed them, so we'll see. So I'm hoping to get a lot of like videos, pictures, documentation of this because I'm so freaking excited. I can't wait to go horseback riding with a friend I've had literally since grade school. I don't know, I just think it'll be like so much fun. Like, I'm so freaking excited. Then on the way home, I think I'll probably stop at the grocery store. I don't know what I want to make for dinner, but I know I need some ingredients of some kind. Like, we have certain things like potatoes and chicken and stuff, but that's what we had for lunch yesterday, so I kind of want to be a little creative. It's Sunday, you know, I've got kind of like all damn day to cook something up that's like a little different, a little good. So I don't know if I want to try a new recipe or just make one I haven't made in a while, but once I get back from the store, I'm really hoping to just cook, hang out, maybe clean up a little. But I'm really hoping tonight is gonna be just a bit more restful. I've had such a busy but like fun weekend. But I'm somebody who every now and again we'll take like a whole weekend off. Like I don't want to be social, I don't want to talk to anyone. I just want to like be home and be happy and be cozy and just like warm and like read my books, watch my shows, watch my YouTube, and just like not be bothered, you know? So I am kind of excited tonight to just get to like sit on the couch. I can't lie to you. So we'll see. I'll update you guys all later. I haven't really read that much. I kind of feel like I told you guys I wasn't gonna. This morning we had a little play date with Trout and our neighbor Carl. Carl is like a Catahoula leopard. I don't know if that's the true like way to say it. Catahoula leopard dog, and he's like white with spots, and then his spots are spotted like gray, and he's blind, like he has no eyes, and he's literally so cute. They moved in maybe like a month ago now, but Carl is so freaking cute. I think he's like 2, so he's still kind of like puppy energy, and him and Trout love each other, and so we've been having little play dates, and that's been really fun to get like him to get to be like active and stuff with like other dogs and be social without us having to like, drive anywhere. So that's what we did this morning, and that was a lot of fun. Then we made breakfast, and then I got ready. And yeah, so I actually need to like hurry up because I have to go to the ATM to get money to pay these people. But yeah, I'll talk to you guys all later. Hey guys, so I just got back from getting my hair cut, so it looks a little slick. You know when you like get your hair done, I just feel like it never lays the way you would normally have it like styled. Not necessarily that she even like styled it, like my hair is very straight like anyway. I just feel like every time I get my hair cut though, because it's already like naturally very straight, then she like blows it out, it just looks very slicked down all the time. And it's not my favorite thing, but I am happy I got a cut. She looked it up, and I hadn't gotten my hair cut since February. It is now mid-October. I have been wondering why my hair's been so tangled and so like thin at the bottom, so I was like, oh my god, I've probably been like curling it too much, crimping it too much, you know, not taking care of it correctly. And after leaving that appointment and finding that out, I really think it might just be the fact that I hadn't gotten cut in like almost a year. So for the first time ever, I pre-booked my next haircut, because let's be so fucking for real, I don't highlight, I don't dye, I don't have like bangs, I don't do anything to my hair that needs too much upkeep. And so I just really need to get a trim like every now and again, because I think she need to take off about like 2 inches or so today, which I feel like isn't a ton, but it definitely feels shorter than when I went in, but it also feels so much better, just like so much like thicker and healthier, so I'm happy for that. Anyway, I'm sitting on the floor because I also went to Sam's after my haircut, and I donated all of my clothes. I didn't know if I was going to do it today, but I filled my car up and I was like, Kate, you're already over here on this side of town, like you just need to do it finally. Like do it. There's no reason to not do it, except for that like I was a little nervous because I've never done it. And yeah, no one was even there. Like I literally just got out of my car and like dropped off 10 bags. I think I had 10 full bags of stuff. So I'm so happy to have that out of the house. It was a lot of clothes, shoes, old bedding that I don't really use that much anymore. So I did that, and then I wanted to go to Sam's to get some bins to put the things I do have in bins. So I have a ton of bedding that I do not want to get rid of. Before, like I'm not kidding you though, this closet was just chaos. I had bins with lids, without lids, piles of stuff. And so my hope is to at the very least make everything fit into like a bin to be able to put a lid on it, because I'm scared of like moths and stuff. That's like, I mean no one likes them, but I definitely do not want them in my, you know, like bedding clothes, because they'll like get little holes and everything. So yeah, I got some bins to hopefully organize mostly my bedding, and then maybe a few other things. I'm not exactly sure like how I'm gonna do it. I was trying to figure it out in the store, but without seeing how much space I need for all my stuff, it's a little hard for me, and I know I'll use them even if it's not for this specific project. Like me or Ethan will use these bins. So I was gonna do a little Sam's haul. I love going to Sam's. Like, I never thought I'd be a Sam's girl, but it is so much fun. Like, it just makes me feel so, I don't know, like just such a grown-up in the goofiest, stupidest way. Like, it's just so much fun. Like, I love doing it. It's so expensive every time I go, because the whole thing is, I feel like everyone knows what like Sam's is, but it's basically like Costco, but I don't want to buy at Costco. But it's like you buy a lot of things in bulk so that it's like cheaper in the long run. You know what I mean? But they do have really good deals on stuff. And I got a really good deal on my membership. I did not pay full price for my membership. And I think that's why I felt okay doing it. I was like, well, I think it's worth a try. You know, we'll test it out, try it out, see if we like it, and then go from there next year. But so far, I have enjoyed my time at Sam's. So, of course, I got a big bag of chips that I opened in the car on the way home. So, starting. I need to put a little clip on that. I also got these chips because they look so good. I love chips. I love snacks. I don't know if you guys know that about me though. I love snacks. I also got Ethan this trail mix, 4 pounds. That seems like so much, but I assume he'll eat it. He told me he's been getting this at his new job, like out of the vending machine, so he has not been bringing lunch. And I'm like, well, oh my god, quit spending money. I can make you little trail mix bags. And he's like, yeah, but it's okay. But I didn't. And then I got this size tub that I think I want to do pillowcases in one. And then I'm thinking maybe like my bathing suits and more like summer stuff that doesn't need to be out anymore, like in here. Like maybe some of my shorts and like just smaller items. Like I'm trying to think. I know like bathing suits is a big one. Maybe some of my tank tops that I really don't wear in the winter. And this. I also didn't want to get like one huge tub where everything's gonna be like mixed in, because then that's also very overwhelming for me. Then when I go to like change the sheets and I have to like search for all the pillowcases and then the fitted sheet, like I've been living like that for so long now that I'm like over it, you know? Like I'm like, if we can avoid that and if we can stay a little more organized, I love that. And I also got this size tub. I feel like you can't really tell the sizes on here, but this size, and then I got 2 of those, and I got 1 of these larger ones. So hopefully some like extra duvets, duvet covers, fitted sheets, flat sheets. I just have a lot of stuff is basically what I'm telling you guys. And Ethan is hunting tonight, so I think I'll have quite a bit of time to do this, organize a little. I mean, I really don't think it'll take me that long because all my stuff's already in like the piles I wasn't like organized in. I just have to like put the things away, and then hopefully I'll just get to honestly like read and hang out tonight. I didn't really read that much today, so I took a half day off work because of my haircut. It's just like such a fun thing. I usually like to make my haircut days a bit of like a me day, whether I take a half day or a full day or whatever. And my haircut was at like 2:45, so I left around like 2, a little after 2, and then I got there early. But before that, I talked to my friend on the phone for maybe like an hour. So I just feel like oh my gosh, wait, and then before that, I started my recipe binder. I didn't think that was in the cards today, but I did it because I was sitting and watching YouTube. I wasn't in the mood to read, and I didn't want to like just sit and watch. Like, I'm not a girly that like sits and watches anything. Like, I put stuff on in the background while I'm doing something else. So that was a lot of fun actually. So I guess today really wasn't that big a waste. I was really trying to be like, how did I just, you know, not waste a half day off work, but I'm like, what the heck did I do? And I'm like, honestly, kind of a lot, just not a lot of reading. So yeah, hopefully I'll read some more tonight, hang out. Anyways, I'll update you guys all later on tonight probably. Hey you guys, so it is now Wednesday evening, and I realized that I haven't given you any sort of like a reading update or anything in a couple days, so I'm due. And I actually finished So Thirsty. I gave it a 3-star, just a solid 3 on everything. I did enjoy my time, but at the same time, I don't think it ended up being what I expected. I thought it was going to be maybe a little bit more fun and a little bit more maybe like romance heavy-ish. I feel like I am already kind of giving spoilers, so just like watch out. But they end up meeting a group of vampires, and then all this other stuff just kind of happens because of their meeting with these vampires. And I'm pretty sure I went into this book thinking that maybe she was going to like fall in love with some of these vampires and then go home and like break up with her husband. It's kind of like, I don't know, like a little Halloween-y, a little spooky, but like nothing too crazy, you know? And I was so excited just for like the fun that sounded like it was gonna be. And I just feel like the book kind of took a turn to a place that I just like didn't really care for. You know, at some point they're all running away from the law, they're on this like big huge road trip, and I was just like, okay, I'm so good on that and I don't care. And I think that was my issue, is that at some point throughout the book I just stopped caring. I do feel like it's a very quick read, and I did like it, but nothing special, you know, like I would never read this again. But I do love the cover, like so much, so cute. And then I started another physical book because I finished that, and this is actually one of my 24 books for 2024. It's called The Rachel Incident by Caroline O'Donoghue. It's a library book. I've had this out for probably like a week or so now, so I definitely wanted to get to it before the end of the year. So I was like, you know what, Kate, as much as you want to read like Intermezzo or like some of the other books that I haven't owned, this needs to be a bit more of a priority. And I looked, and it's less than 300 pages. Sometimes I feel like physical books to me look longer than they actually are, and I've heard nothing but really great things about this. I'm pretty sure it has over 4 stars on Goodreads and Storygraph, so I'm like, okay, it has to be good. Actually, tonight I think I'll be able to finish The Anthropologist. I am now like, let's see, 86% done, so I really do think I'll finish this. I think when it says like the time, I think it says I'll be done within like 25 minutes or so, so I definitely think I'll finish this soon tonight. And then with the Gut book, I mean, I'm still working through it. I think I'm like 60%-ish or so in. I don't really have any updates. But tonight, after I finish this book, I do need to get ready because I'm going to Mad Tree, which is a brewery here, and we're going to this like tree event where I think they're giving out trees that you can plant in your yard and stuff. So I'm really excited for that. So we'll see how that is. But yeah, I'll update you guys all either when I get home tonight or tomorrow morning. Hey you guys, so it is now Thursday evening, and I wanted to give you guys a quick reading update and end the vlog. So last night I did finish The Anthropologist. I gave it a 3-star. To be quite honest, it didn't really do much for me. It was fine. It was pretty writing. I just feel like I personally couldn't relate a lot to like any of the characters, which is fine in some books. I just don't think I was maybe in the mindset for that type of read. Like, it was a little too serious, and our characters were trying to be a bit too like cool girl for me, and that's like not what I've been into. It's giving like early to mid 20s, trying anything under the sun to be different than everybody else around you in every single way, and I just like, I don't care. So basically our 2 main characters moved away from their families. They went to New York City. They're living the poor kind of lifestyle by doing that, and so they're very into, I'm gonna say like film, photography, tchotchkes, nice dinners where we talk about concepts and philosophies and ideas and literature and like that whole thing, which there is a part of me that obviously appreciates some of that, because I mean, I am a reader, so it's a little hard to completely disconnect from like that kind of thing. I just feel like being 27, I've grown out of the need to be different. Like, I feel like everyone goes through this phase in life, and I hope to God for everybody it's a phase, and it isn't always. I hate when people try to make very, very trendy things like unique to them. Like, they really try and be like, well, I was the first person who da 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 da, or like, I like the color this, and it's like, well, that's like the color of the year. Like, yeah, everybody likes that shade of green or whatever. Or like, I feel like people try and like own certain like styles or things, and I don't know, I've just like grown out of it like so hard. Like, I love to feel a sense of like belonging and connection, and I've learned in life that it's a lot cooler to connect with people over things you like instead of trying to like other yourself because of the things you like. And that shouldn't change the things you like, just I think it's like the way you, I guess, like navigate that part of your life. I just feel like maybe in like, I would say specifically like high school, college, and like a little after college, like you're just really searching for like your place in the world and like feeling special. So yeah, our two main characters are just way too, I'm gonna say like cool girl in quotes. Like, I hope you guys like know what I'm talking about and I don't sound like I'm just like rambling, but I'm so over it. Like, I do not care for the people trying to be different and making things that are so trendy and popular like their thing, and like different, and like, oh my god, I did this first. And it's like, girly, we're all following the same people on the internet and we're all doing the same things pretty much, you know? And it's like, if you're not doing the same thing as like this group, you're doing the same things as like a different group. Like, do you know what I mean? I'm not saying that no one and nothing is like unique anymore. Like, that is not what I'm trying to say. I think it's just like people who are like trying to make certain trends like their reason for like being unique, not because they like love this thing that they like don't ever talk about. Like, do you know what I mean? So I just feel like at the end of the day, I like could not really connect very well with our main characters. I just feel like I've grown out of that like cool girl whatever, and they're literally doing it until they like are pregnant and are about to have a baby. Like, they're still acting that way, and they moved away from their families, which I've literally never done. And even if I ever do, it would not be like super far. Like, I don't ever see myself like leaving the state I grew up in. Like, I don't think I would ever do that. Like, they're just, I couldn't, you know? And then they're like really upset with their friend, who's at the end, he's like, oh yeah, I'm like moving away with my girlfriend and we're gonna like try it out. And they're like so upset with him, and I'm like, yeah, no, I'd be upset if my friends moved too, but like, he's moving on like with his life. Like, he's like growing up, I'm gonna say. He's growing up and growing out of this like just like phase of life. I don't know. And I just feel like our two main characters like just could not handle it. They just, I don't know. So anyway, it wasn't my favorite book. It was pretty writing, but other than that, not my favorite thing ever. But thank you guys all so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you in the next one.